This video is for all the chaperones that are coming with us on our Y Camp trip. It's going to go over a lot of information that you need to know as a chaperone and some of the responsibilities and also the supplies that you're going to need while at camp. Chaperones are vital to making this camping trip a success with all of our fifth grade students going in a place that is brand new and unique to many of them. Chaperones are the key to pulling this whole thing off. So thank you for agreeing to come with us and for helping. The responsibilities of a chaperone on the Y Camp trip is to always watch your kids. We're going to be out in the woods. We're going to be going over railroad tracks. We've got a river nearby, and we need to make sure that we know where the kids are at all time. Kids need to be supervised everywhere that they go. They should never be off by themselves at camp. We follow the rule of three, and that means if someone needs to go somewhere, they need to make sure to take at least two other people with them. So, what does that mean for you? If a student needs to go get their medication, make sure that they're always taking you and another student along with them. The more things that we do as a group, the safer. But if it does need to be a little bit more individualized, or we just need to make one quick trip to the bathroom, make sure that you're always traveling in at least a group of three. The second most important thing that chaperones need to do is to get their groups to their activities on time. Specifically, three activities. We need to start horses, the rock wall, and canoes on time because they're all very time sensitive. So, if you need to leave a little bit early from a previous activity, or if you know that you've got kind of a slow moving group, make sure to take that into account as you're traveling from one activity to another. But those are the big ones. We want to make sure that they have all the time that they need on the horses and the rock wall so that all students get a chance to do them. Next, your job is to make sure that your kids are drinking water and going to the bathroom, and also just to generally care for the group. That means if they do need to go to the nurse or if there's medication involved, then take all of them or a small group of them and do that. If they need bug spray applied, if they need a reminder for sunscreen, or if you need to tell them to get out of the poison ivy, do that. Remember, you're in charge of your group, and we do want this to be a fun and positive experience for all the campers. So try to be encouraging, try to keep things fun, try to keep things positive. There might be some issues that pop up, maybe some behaviors that rise, and we'll ask for your help in dealing with those as they come up with the minor ones. But of course, if there's a student who you're having to constantly remind about the behavior, feel free to reach out to any of the teachers and we can take over to deal with a student who might be a little bit too disruptive for your group. When you get to camp, we're going to have a chaperone meeting with the Y Camp staff, and then I'm going to pass out a few supplies to you. So I'm going to be giving you all bandanas for your group and for you. These bandanas are all colored differently, and they're a great way to mark your kids. That way, you can do quick head counts and see if you've got everybody. And if you're in a large group, you can see which kids are yours and which kids aren't. It also helps me identify which group is what. You also get a first aid kit. It's going to have some bug spray and sunscreen and band aids and a few other items that you can use for your group and for you. You're also going to get a map and you're going to get a schedule of all the activities and where to be and when. There's also some things that you're going to want to bring for yourself. The supply list is online, it's going to be attached to this. A few things to highlight. The mattresses at camp are just foam mattresses about 4 inches and they're just foam. So you're going to need a sleeping bag and a pillow, or if you want just a blanket and a pillow, but know that they're not furnished beds, they're just mats that we're sleeping on. You're going to need to bring your own water bottle. Make sure you've got that, and all the kids should have their own water bottle. We need a sack lunch for Thursday, something that we can throw away. If you want to bring your child sack lunch with them, you can. It's better for them to take it themselves and put it with their class's lunch at school. But of course, if you bring your own kids' lunch, that's fine. As a chaperone, you're also allowed to bring your own cell phone and camera and other kind of electronics that you might want. These are things I do not want students to have, but you're adults, so go for it. You're free to take pictures and videos and all that kind of good stuff. We'll give you a list of any kid that might be in your group who's on our do not photograph list. And of course, remember that camp is a tobacco and alcohol free environment. And also, this is a school trip, so leave those things at home. We are going to have 3 meals at camp. We're going to have dinner on Thursday, breakfast on Friday, and then lunch on Friday. So during that dinner time, you and your whole group are going to sit together at a designated table. I need your help to kind of help coordinate things like a hopper. A hopper's the kid who's going to go up and get the food for the entire group. Um, we're going to serve family style at camp, which means that we bring out a tray of corn dogs or a whole bowl of mashed potatoes, and then we pass them around and share. So I'm going to need your help as well to just make sure that all the students are getting food and that everyone's sharing and playing nice with each other. Um, Everyone's going to get a chance to eat their meals and also to clean up as well. So I'm going to probably need your help in helping to coordinate cleanup. You yourself do not have to clean up, but make the kids do that. But maybe also help figure out who's going to wipe the table, who's going to return the dishes, who's going to return the silverware, things like that. Uh, if you can help coordinate that, then that activity is going to go quickly. And we need to make sure that we are getting done on time because we've got activities after every meal that we eat, and we need to make sure that we are on schedule. So, like for instance, if your group is heading to the rock wall right after dinner, you've got to be done with dinner on time so that we don't lose out on any time on those, especially those big activities, like I mentioned before. So, as a chaperone, you got a couple of different options on how to get to camp and back. You could choose to ride the bus with your student. If so, all you need to do is just let me know. You're going to come to the school then on Thursday at 8:30 and go to your child's classroom with them, and then we'll travel up to camp on the bus and then back to Carlisle Elementary on Friday. We do have a bus that will go from the elementary to Hartford, so you can leave your vehicle at Hartford if you wanted to, and then we'll get you back to Hartford on Friday. You can also drive yourself if you want to, and you can coordinate a caravan if you'd like. If you'd want to drive with somebody else, you are able to do that. Please do not take your student up with you to camp on Thursday for attendance reasons and things like that. I need them to ride the bus on Thursday. But on Friday, you can take your own student home with you and all their stuff. If you want to take someone else's student home, like a friend, I would need some sort of parent permission from that student's family beforehand saying it's okay. It could be an email to the child's teacher or something like that. But I'm going to need some sort of written permission for you to take someone else's kid on Friday. All right, in the cabins, we're assigning every kid a cabin, and we're assigning you as well. Everyone's going to sleep in the cabins. The cabins are bunk beds with those mattresses on it. They are split up, so all the boys are in a cabin circle on one side of the camp, all the girls are on the other, and of course, dads are with boys and moms are with girls. The boy cabins, some have bathrooms, some don't. All of the girl cabins do have bathrooms. If you don't have a bathroom, there's a shower house with stalls and things like that that you can use, and it's really close. You can't miss it. There may or may not be kids from other groups in your cabin, and there will absolutely be another dad or mom or teacher in your cabin as well. So there's always going to be two adults per cabin, maybe a teacher or two as well. Teachers are going to try their best to visit the cabins to make sure things are safe, to be patrolling around that night. We'll be the ones to tell everyone lights out. We'll be the ones to tell everyone to get to bed. We'll be the ones kind of walking around and double checking, but you might have to give some gentle reminders that kids need to get to sleep, especially once those lights go out. A big a big, big thanks to you. This trip is unlike anything that these students will ever do. And it's a lot of kids going up for a once in a lifetime experience. I mean, we're going to be doing things like horseback riding and canoeing and the rock wall, and they may never do that again in their lives. So we appreciate your willingness to come with us, to volunteer, to help us out with this trip, and to make it a success. I know it's going to be a lot. It's going to be fast paced. You're going to be tired, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So thank you.